Hey, so what we've got here is a 1000 grit finish. There's a little bit more work to do on that level before I take it up to the next notch. 1500 grit. I'm also going to balance it a little bit. It's supposed to be like even, so I need to drill a few holes in the back of the handle here to even that out. The spine is rounded like I like. Rib cutter edge on the top. Not gonna get any sharper than that. It doesn't need to be. It's just needs to separate ribs as it goes in. This side's gonna be a scalpel, and it's gonna be very sharp. So that's where we're at so far, Cassandra. I hope you like the end product. It's gonna be pretty good, I think. And that's the original design template, by the way. Hard to see. Matches it pretty closely. Not exactly, but pretty close. So I'm in the sharpening phase. Shaping the blade, the final shape. The top of it here is pretty sharp already just from creating the bevel. But this bottom area's got a couple of dull spots, and I'm shaping that. And I've got these whetstones here that I got for Christmas last year. I've never used, and they're really good. This is a 400 grit. It goes up to 3000 grit. 8000 grit, actually. So this shiny part, just for reference, is a 3000 grit. So if I use that 3000 grit on here, it'll be just as shiny. If I go to 8000, it'll be like scalpel sharp, and that's the goal. So I won't bore you with doing this because it's very monotonous. I'll go to time lapse. So a major part of doing these projects and getting them recorded is remembering to record them. I've done a pretty good job with this little knife project so far, and at least doing some time lapse and capturing something of each process. But I just went and did the glue up of the guard and completely forgot to turn on the camera, even though it was sitting right there. So I'll take you out here and show you where we're at with it. Excuse all the bumping around. It's real live. So anyway, here we are right here. I used some clear epoxy, glued the guard and pinned it, and then I squeezed it really good in here in the vise. And these aluminum pins are made of this stuff. They're really soft. It's aluminum welding or brazing wire. So it's pure aluminum, it's good aluminum. But yeah, this is soft stuff. I pinched it really good in there. That block is still quite large. It's going to get sanded down quite a bit to shape. But I need it to be on there so that I can accomplish the next step, which is making the wooden scales and putting those on. I'll shape this wooden block and the scales at the same time in the same sanding operation so that they match up perfectly and are smooth. So hopefully tomorrow that's what we're going to do. We're going to get the scales made. I'm going to go to a friend's house and get them planed down on his planer, and then we'll see where we're at. 3000 grit finish looks pretty good on the blade. There's a couple little minor blemishes I still got to work out, but they're very minor. So yeah. So we're on our way out to TJ's house. He's got the wood tools that I need to work with the wood for the handles, and he's got a planer and some other stuff, and it's kind of cool to go hang out with him. He's cool. So that's what's happening today. So TJ lives kind of out in the middle of nowhere, so I'll turn you guys on for the last bit of the trip into his house. I had to stop at the store for supplies. He lives about an hour away from us in Turner. He's got a lot of kids, so he has to have a lot of rooms. So this is TJ's place. He's a character. He's got a little bit of everything happening. He's rebuilding this Bobcat, rebuilding that Corvair, which actually runs. It's for his daughter. He's been working on that motorhome. He's got this little shop here that's got just about everything in it. It's got it all fixed up with TV and heat and every kind of tool. Planer, bandsaw, sandblasting, all kinds of tools. Looks like some kind of CNC router. A couple of lathes back there. Whatever's happening here, not quite sure. Cutting some plastic. Just tools, just ammo laying around, cameras, snack tray, obviously, drill presses, just a random assortment of everything you can probably think of. If you need it, it's probably in here someplace. All kinds of tools. So we're going to work on the wood today, probably using this So here is the final product and the final video. Turned out not too bad. I'm not great at the leather work. A little bit of learning to do there. But I really like what happened with the knife. It's all shined up to a 3000 grit finish. The handles are from an oak tree from across the road. The guard here probably took me as much time as the entire knife took to make, because I had to carve it completely by hand out of aluminum, make it fit. So there it is. Going to Cassandra, my daughter, who I love very much. She's wanted it. Stay tuned for more later.